Welcome children. Today we are going to discuss about chapter 11, that is database concepts. Before going for the database, we should know about what is meant by data and information. Data means it is a raw fact. It can be stored in the computer either in a character or text or a number or a word. For example, it may be a number, that is 600006, or it may be a word, SEERT, Chennai College Road, like that. This is called data. Information means it is a formatted data which can be utilized in a significant way. For example, it is given as a address, SEERT College Road, DPI campus, Chennai. By seeing it there itself, we can understand that it is information can be easily reachable. And database is an repository collection of the related data which can be easily accessed, and it can be managed, and database can also be updated. Database may be a software or a hardware based on the purpose of storing data. Next we will go for the concept of DBMS, that is database management system. This is also an software which allow us to create and manipulate the databases. Manipulation means we can store and we can process and we can analyze the data easily. This provides an interface or a tool to perform various operations on the database, that is to create the database and for storing the data and for updation, and many things we can do by using this DBMS. This provides the security and protection to the database, and also it maintains the data consistency in case of multiple users. At a time, multiple users can access this. The example for the DBMS is FoxPro and DBase. Then the characteristics of database. The characteristics are data stored into tables. In a database, data will be stored as a table. The table consists of rows and columns, that is called as attributes and tuples. The data which we want can also be stored in these tables. And reduced redundancy can be hard drives are used to store the data. In this modern world, hard drives are very cheap, but in earlier days the hard drives are not cheap. It is too expensive. At that time, we can store the data in the database was a big problem, and we are storing more data on the database means it will be a trouble. For reducing the trouble, we are using the normalization that will reduce the redundancy. The repetition of data will be reduced. And the data consistency, continuously the data had been updated and added. It is a consistency of data can become a challenge, so the DBMS can handle it easily. And multiple user support, that is in database multiple users can access at the same time, and they can manage all over the data easily. In this DBMS, we are using a simple query language to fetch the data, to insert the data, and to delete and update the data in the database. Security, it is a special advantage of the database management system. It provides the security to the data, and it has an transaction supports, that is DBMS supports the transaction. It is better handling and managing the data integrity, and multi-threading is also extensively used in this. And next let us see about the advantage of DBMS. Here the application program can be segregated, and data redundancy is possible, that is minimal data duplication, and we can easily retrieve the data from the database by using the simple query languages, and it reduces the development time and maintenance, that is we can within a short period we can develop the software. We can update the data also. Next, the components of DBMS. There are 5 major components in the DBMS, that is hardware, software, data, procedures or methods, and the database access languages. Here the user can add the data by using the database access languages, and some procedures and methods are also followed to access the data, and the software and hardware plays an important role in accessing. Let us see one by one. hardware. The hardware means it includes computer, hard disk, input output channels, and other physical components in the storage of data is called as hardware. Software means it is a main component in the program. The software is capable of understanding the database access languages and it interprets into the database commands. And data means, as I already said, it is used for storing. And procedures and methods are used for installation of DBMS and for management of the database, to take backups and report generations. Some procedures and methods has been used. And database access languages are used to write the comments. With the comment, we can access and insert, update and delete the data which we are already stored in the database. Some examples of DBMS is DBase and FoxPro, as we have already seen. Next we will go for the database structure. Here the picture which clearly understand about the database structure, which consists of column, that is student number, student name, student age, student class and student section. These are all the columns. And row, that is tuple. Row is also called as tuple. That row means the yellow color line it is mentioned, that is a row. These columns can be represented as a attribute and a row can be represented as tuple. And this totally called as table. The table is otherwise known as relation. Row means it is a record, and table column means it is a field. These are all related together to form a file or a table. Here in database we call column as an attribute and a row as a tuple and table as an relation. Next, let us go for the types of data model. There are 5 types of data models available: hierarchical data model, relational model, network database model, entity relationship model, and object model. First we will see about the hierarchical model. Hierarchical model was developed by IBM as an information management system. This looks like a simple tree-like structure. It has an one-to-many relationship and it has a parent-child relationship too. One child can have only the one parent, but one parent can have many children. This is mainly used in IBM mainframe computers. Here is a picture which clearly shows you school is in a tree. It is a head, that is, it is a parent mode. Here it can be classified into cores and resources. For example, school is a parent and cores and resources are the child, and cores can be again classified into theory and lab. Okay, so this is the hierarchical model. Next we will go for relational model. This was developed by EF Code in 1970, and the basic structure of this data will be in a relational model is tables. Tables means here we represent as a relation. All the information can be stored as a row in the table, and tables are also known as relations in a relational model. The relation key is an attribute which can be uniquely identifies a particular tuple. Here 2 tables has been given, that is a student ID, name, age is one table, and subject ID, name, teacher is another table. From this, the ID will be the common. By using this ID, we can identify the mark of a particular student. Okay, so this is the one type of example for the relational model. Next, network model. This network database model is extended from the hierarchical data model. The only difference between this is, in a hierarchical model, child record has only one parent, but in network model, child may have many parent. That it represent many to many relationship. Hierarchical model is one to many relationship. Network model is many to many relationship. This is easier and faster to access the data. Here example is given for the network model. The school represent the parent mode, and the library, office and staff room will represent the child mode. No, it is also an parent mode, that is child has one parent mode. The student is a child to the library. Okay, office and staff room. School represent the parent mode, and next to the library, office and staff has one parent mode, and finally the student has the 3 parent. Student has 3 parent, library, office and staff room. So this is one to many relationship. Next, we will go for the entity relationship model. This is very important model. This is developed by Chen in 1976. Here the object are divided and created into an entity and characteristics into an attribute. It can be developed as a conceptual design for the database, and it is easy and simple, and this was developed to understand by the user easily. This ER model shows the clear understanding about that model, that is doctor and patient. It is in rectangular shape, that is an entity. The diagnosis, that is in diamond shape, that is an relationship. Ellipse represent the attribute. So diamond represent the relationship. It has a diagnosis as a doctor has to diagnose the patient. So there is a relationship between the doctor and patient. Doctor ID, doctor name, patient ID and patient name are the attributes. So this is the your model. Next, we will go for the object model. This object model stores the data in the form of objects, attributes and methods, classes and inheritance. This can handle more complex applications, especially GIS, that is Geographic Information System, scientific experiments and engineering design and manufacturing areas. This object model has been used. And in file management system also, this object model has been used, and it represents the real world objects, attributes and behaviors. It is a clear modular structure, and it is easy to maintain and modify the already existing code. Here, the example for the object model, shape and a circle, rectangle and triangle has been given. This object, circle, rectangle and triangle inherit from the object shape. Shape means common thing. From shape only circle, rectangle, triangle came. So this is inherited from the object shape. Circle has an attribute radius, and rectangle has an attributes length and breadth, and triangle has an attribute base and height. In today's class, we have discussed about the DBMS, components, advantages, characteristics and types of models in DBMS. Thank you.